Well, it's here. Day 150, the day I finished the... Not. So anyways, there I've got Janice spelled wrong. So we ended yesterday in this little scene here with Holly to reveal that her dating life is not the best. So I'm still kind of fiddling around with this and trying to come up with a better dating app name than the ones that I've tried so far. And frankly, unless I could get like the perfect name, which of course I likely won't, I should probably just delete that. If it's not the best, delete it. That services my life, sir. I mean, it's one of those cutesy, clever lines that has a double meaning and may not last. All right, let's see here. So we find out she got into college again. So I'm just going back and doing a little work on my work from yesterday. The broken one. On the nose. That's what we call on the nose dialogue. What are we? Today's February 1st. So we're still about 6 weeks. Gosh, it's funny because I'm just not catching up in these voiceovers. It's crazy. I don't know if it's not a bad thing or good thing. It's just a thing. I've got to upload my thing for today too. All right, let's see. So still working on this thing that Abby applied to colleges, couldn't get in. Lexi did. Trying to set up some tension between the, not the real sisters. They're not half sisters. They're, what are they? Technically, obviously they're not anything, but they're like sisters. Sister-like. So Holly's telling her, you need to tell her. I thought I just had that line of dialogue and I deleted it. Well, what can I comment on? What can I give some commentary on while I'm working on this scene? I mean, some scenes, unfortunately, I get into. I imagine other writers have this problem, although none of us should. You get into a scene and you literally don't know where it's going. I mean, why would you even start a scene if you don't know how it's going to end? I mean, it's like a link. It's got to get you from here to there. So what it contains is kind of the gist of it. And what it contains has got to logically make sense to get you from here to there. And in doing so, it's got to reveal some new information, et cetera, et cetera. So here we go. Here we go. So now we're on page 11, and here comes a phone call. And we see that person who called when Holly was playing volleyball may be the same person who's calling now because it's a voicemail icon. So I don't know if that 100% works. But anyways, this warning, catalyst, inciting incident. Let's see. Will Holly take the call? Drum roll, please. Takes the call. But it's an unknown caller, so, I mean, would she take a call from an unknown caller? I need to give that some thought. And, of course, who is it? It's Rachel. So he's out and he's coming for her. I came up with that line like when I was taking a shower, or getting dressed, or at work, or driving to work, or who knows what. And I said, ooh, that's the perfect line because it's got a lot of punch. So I wrote it in, and then we'll see if it works. It is, I mean, it's a good line, and it comes at the perfect time, and it does have punch, but does it work? Let's find out. Maybe now, maybe later. And of course, Holly is talking to Rachel. Rachel is on the phone, so Holly can hear her, but Lexi can't. The good thing about cell phones, well, it's a two-edged sword. I have so many phone conversations. I guess that's because life is like that. I was going to watch movies. Didn't I mention that before? I was going to watch some movies and see how many times they were on the phone. Next movie, unless it's like a superhero movie, even then. But, I mean, a story that takes place in present day, I need to do that and see, because what I was going to say about cell phones is you can easily put them on speakerphone. And so depending on the situation, it makes it very convenient that you can either have the person's voice heard by everyone, or the person doesn't put it on speaker, et cetera, et cetera. Or, of course, you can always not have the person heard who's calling. Or, of course, you can intercut. So there's really about 4 different ways you can handle phone scenes. And I don't know. I have to think about that part about being on the phone so much. Because really, I mean, that's life. And if they don't talk on the phone, everyone has got to be in a close proximity to each other, drive over to someone's house and talk to them or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe it's not as big a deal as I'm making it. Did you not get my message? He's coming for. Okay, so that's my punchy line. We'll see if it works. What have I been doing this whole time that I've been talking about phones? I must be thinking hard, or Elvis has left the building and is not currently writing. I'll give it another 5 seconds, and then I'm going to pause this and cut as needed. Has it been 5 seconds yet? 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. It's almost like I paused it and found that out and then started re-recording. So then Holly doesn't want to give away who it is. And of course, what are the odds that Lexi's going to be able to guess? But Rachel somehow surmises, insinuates, or whatever, that Lexi's there with her. How often do you see her? So see, that's tricky because it's that Lexi sees discomfort creep onto Holly's face, so that's got to be 2 shots, right? It's got to be Holly, and then it's got to be Lexi's reaction, or vice versa. Pretty much. I mean, it could be done another way, but one more instance of directing by writing. You're welcome. Give me a half hour. So now she's introducing this idea of, well, not introducing it, but bringing it to the attention of the audience, because obviously Lexi and Holly already know about it. And so now here's some exposition of Holly has checked out this Eagle Creek escape. No promotional consideration has been offered yet. So now Holly's trying to weasel her way into going with Lexi, and of course she's going to set up the whole reunion thing. But this isn't really, I'm kind of trying to force the idea that no one knows that she's going to be there, because would Holly be worried if she thinks that the husband is out, the ex-husband of Rachel, that he would somehow be able to find her, which seems wholly unlikely. under the current scenario. And then she ends up ending the scene with it. And I had a snake, then I had an owl, and I don't really know. I was trying to make some inference or reference or make it meaningful just beyond a stuffed animal. I mean, it could be a dog. Then you would take a dog for a walk. And now, while I'm back here, I'll just rewrite this scene. All right, I see by my timeline that brings us to the end of the day. See ya. Bye.